Hello everyone! It's been a while since I've done a video like this, and it's been since like the Kingdom Hearts video since I've done a Let's Have a Chat. I've been wanting to do a lot more scripted stuff lately, and I'm also working on like a really big project that's been taking a long time and will continue to take a long time, but this is just something I wanted to do right now while it was fresh on the table. So the topic, obviously by the name of the video, is going to be Paper Mario the Origami King. For the sake of the video though, we're only going to be looking at the trailer that Nintendo revealed today, which is June 12th, 2020. And that video is more of an in-depth look at Paper Mario. We're also going to be referencing towards the Nintendo UK website for some information, because they managed to give more information than Nintendo of North America did, at least from what I could find. I think Nintendo just enjoys hitting us out of nowhere with Paper Mario trailers, because I certainly didn't expect to wake up this morning to a 5-minute long video, almost 6 minutes long, about Origami King and going over some of the gameplay aspects, but they did, and here we are. The video starts off by vaguely stating what happened to Princess Peach's castle. Basically, her castle gets seized by Origami and the king of all Origami, which is Ollie. Mario has to set out to free the castle by releasing these 5 streamers that are connected to the castle. The narrator then goes on to describe the 5 different areas that you'll be visiting, and honestly, they all look so good. They look so pretty. It looks like there's going to be plenty to do in the game, despite only around like 5 or 6 chapters, and that's just judging from the 5 streamers. I doubt they'll even be called chapters. I hope they are, because I really miss that. The guy goes on to talk about how there's going to be companions to share your adventure with, which is awesome, because what's a Paper Mario game without partners? Looking at you, Sticker Star. The first, and who I assume will be the omnipresent partner in a similar fashion to Tippy from Super Paper Mario, is an origami girl named Olivia, who happens to be the sister to King Ollie. And then eventually you'll go on to meet an amnesiac Bob-omb named Bobby, and I like this guy already. He seems funny, he seems smug. I hope he gets a good ending. We've got not Captain Toad, but Professor Toad, because he's yellow and not red. And we get Kamek. Yeah, Kamek. Good old Kamek. He's still around. They didn't really show how each partner will behave, but they did show one of them coming into the fight, but it's unclear as to if we'll be able to fight similarly to Thousand Year Door in 64, or if they'll attack after a certain time has elapsed, or if a specific condition has been met. We don't know any of that right now. At this point in the video, they've begun to show off the actual ring battle system and how it works, which is a system that I find really interesting. You get to move each of the 4 rings around to try to position enemies in a way that maximizes the damage that you can output, but you've only got a base 30 seconds. It does appear that you can buy extra time using the coins that you have, and possibly extend the base 30 seconds even further with accessories, but more on that later. You can spin and slide the rings to get enemies who are across the map from each other into one line, or get them all grouped up in, say, like a 2x2 square. And all of this seems really fun and innovative to me. And it's all turn-based with no damnable paint or card system to hinder you. It's just rotate, select an action, attack, enemy attack, back to Mario. Obviously the staple jump and hammer is back, but it seems that you can select 2 actions per turn, so maybe jump at one set of enemies and hammer the other, or use an item. And the battle items that are going to be coming in that they showed off today were the Fire Flower, the Tanuki Leaf, and the POW Block. There obviously will probably be more in the actual game. This is just, like I said, what they showed off today. The really cool thing when they showed off these items was that the items actually transform Mario into the respective power-up. So the Fire Flower transforms Mario into Fire Mario instead of just a little fire flower sprouting above his head and raining fire down. The Tanuki Leaf turns Mario into Tanuki Mario, even with the ears and the tail. And the POW Block, I mean, it's just a POW Block. There's no transformation there. But it did show a new, quote-unquote, new type of enemy that they've only used in things like Super Mario Maker and like Mario Bros. 3, which were Goomba boots. Goombas just hiding in boots. We also got to see that Mario's boots and hammers have different upgrades, such as the shiny boots and shiny hammer, or the shiny iron boots. These seem to be upgrades to Mario's weaponry, but they do wear down over time, so you would have to go back and rebuy them once they've broken. This definitely isn't a new thing, but it's something that I'm used to as I've played a lot of Fire Emblem, so I can handle this. It wasn't what I was hoping for, because I was hoping for more of a progression system a la Thousand Year Door, but I'll take it. It is a bit of a shame that these like special moves aren't badges, which means there's no BP system, which is unfortunate because I do like the BP and FP system. Speaking of things like badges though, there's something I mentioned before that we're going to get back into now, and that'll be the accessories. It seems like accessories are what will be used to raise Mario's HP, his defense, time used to rotate the ring, etc, etc, a bunch of stuff. I'm not quite sure how you'll go about getting them, but it does seem like using them or not using them could lead to an easier or more difficult time depending on how you want to play. Like a no accessories run could become a thing. That could be pretty fun to watch, depending on how the game turns out to be, honestly. And also, these accessories seem to have a progression system of their own. There's a, like, bronze, silver, and gold tier of these major accessories, which is really cool. The last thing I wanted to talk about in terms of combat before moving on to some of the exploration-based stuff is how the boss battles are going to work. Essentially, the stickers or things from the past two games, the things that people hate so much, are the actual bosses of the game, which is hilarious. People get to finally beat up what they've hated for so long. Also, just the idea of strutting up to see this photorealistic pack of colored pencils. It throws some art puns at you and then calls you a punk-ass bitch before the fight starts. That's just too funny. That's just too funny. The way the combat works in the boss battles is super interesting because the script gets flipped on you. Instead of Mario being in the center like he has been for the other enemies, the boss now sits in the center and you have to move the ring around it to get Mario in front of the boss and deal maximum damage. And each boss may have like a special trick to dealing some extra damage onto them, seeing as how in the example that they showed at the beginning, you can close the lid on the pencil case to make the quote-unquote missiles that are just probably going to be colored pencils explode inside the case. All in all, I really like this concept for boss battles. It's a very, very cool way to flip what you're so used to. On to the exploration bit. It seems that there's going to be a shit ton of regular Toads just transformed into different stuff, varying from scrambled eggs to an origami-shaped dog to anything. Honestly, I think it'll be worth your time to get as many Toads as you can, seeing as it does have an effect in battle where they'll surround you and the enemy will just throw some items at you a la Thousand Year Door audience style. Which is honestly really cool. I really like that. Just like a crowd of Toads that you've saved coming in to jump this Goomba or this Koopa Troopa. That's just really cool. Also, saving these Toads will cause them to fill up Toad Town and reopen different shops and different other options for you to go to. the website specifically says shops, but it doesn't really say, it says other stuff, but doesn't really go into it at all. But whatever. There's also massive holes in every world that you can fill up with like confetti from a bag, which this follows the same thing that Color Splash did, where parts of the world were devoid of color, and you would have to hit it with the hammer to fill it back up with color. Except this time, the confetti is split from the combat from what we could see, so you don't have to worry about using up all of your paint doing one thing or the other. You don't have to micromanage what you do, and that's honestly great. It's such a huge blessing. If they seriously want to keep this whole fix the overworld mechanic in these games, that's such a big thing that they need to do. With how big each world is, there's definitely a bunch of stuff to do in terms of fixing each area, exploring every area to find different chests, and find the toads and whatnot. Everything just on paper. It sounds like a blast. The combat is something I was seriously worried about, but after looking at the video today and looking at it individually from the Nintendo UK's website, I think it's going to be a genuinely fun way to play Paper Mario, and it'll be a nice breath of fresh air from the past 2 games that we've been given. I'm in a position to where I can actually get the game when it comes out, so I'm gonna plan on streaming Paper Mario the Origami King on release day over at twitch.tv/thejestersroom. So some opinions I have now may change while I'm live, but I'm really hoping that this game is going to deliver on what I love about Paper Mario games, which is fun combat, a good story, some nice humor, despite the serious situation. So that's all the time I've really got today. I do look forward to seeing this game coming out. I look forward to seeing how it's going to be, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. I hope you all have a great day, great night, great afternoon, whenever you decide to watch this, and peace out.